All right, to our next conversation now. Recently, the AfDB released a report tagged Africa Visa Openness Index, which was first published in 2016. It measures the extent to which African countries are open to visitors from other African countries. The index analyzes each country's visa requirements to show which countries on the continent facilitate travel to their territories. We'll be analyzing the Nigeria's ranking and the expected impact on trade and economic development with Enobong Udo right there, joining us from Abuja, lead partner Udo Consulting. Great to have you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, laddie.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Great to have you this morning. Well, it's been said that there are huge potential gains to be had for countries and regions across Africa and having more visa open policies for other African countries. Paint a picture of the economic benefits here.
Yeah, well, with trade travel, you can easily forecast national GDPs, and then you can expect your FDIs to increase. Those are the benefits. Those are basically the fast benefits that we can expect.
All right,
from the free trade, the visa policy.
All right, looking at Nigeria's, rank on the index for 2021, we're ranked about 7th position. Also, one of the countries that's progressed the most in West Africa in the last 5 years. Has this translated, in terms of impact?
No, I can't say it has really translated. In fact, I think we have retrogressed because 2020 we were, I think, 5th on the ranking. So we've gone 2 notches down to 7th position. So, but again, if you look at the real sector, our FDI has not really done well, and then mergers and acquisition coming into has not really done well. So we could blame the pandemic for it. So it's fair and square. It's okay. It's not too bad.
All right. Let's look at country income. How does that affect visa openness? See that 17 of the 2021 top countries are low income, and the lower middle income countries, about 5 of 7 of Africa's upper middle income countries have low visa openness scores. How does this translate?
Yeah, if you look at the data, it could seem as if it's the low-income countries that are more open to have more visa-open policies. It's not really like that. I think in Africa, we have only 3 countries that have open visa policies. The Gambia, the Benin Republic, and the Seychelles Island. I can't ascribe low income or GDP to it. It's a matter of policy. It's a matter of the national policy trying to be proactive to attract FDIs and attract foreign investments. That's it.
All right, talking about policy now, how do you balance openness, and security to facilitate intra-Africa trade and actually boost Nigeria's exports? We actually need that, right now, since our focus is diversifying right now.
Yeah, I think one of the problems we see is the security issue, because if you look at the big countries in Africa, most of them they don't have open visa policy. You see, you need a visa to go to South Africa, you need a visa to go to Egypt, and the other big countries, Ethiopia, and so on. So we need to streamline our security infrastructure. One way is for countries to have these national identification systems, which clearly Africa has not really done well in it. And then they must be able to communicate, have a database where countries can easily communicate with one another and share information. So that's a problem. So security is a major risk why countries are not open to allowing, open visa policies and so forth. You're right on that point.
All right, so AfCFTA, quite an ambitious, trade arrangement. It forms the largest regional free trade area in the world. With this openness index now, how can Nigeria take advantage of this block?
Well, There are some determinants that we would need to do, some fundamentals we need to take care of. Like I said, number one, you see, another issue is that most countries, they see immigration policy as a revenue generating area. Like I think 2020, we did about 60 something billion from the immigration service. So most countries see visa policy as a way to get revenue, which shouldn't be, because when you make it a revenue generating arm or institution, you inhibit a free flow. And now that we have the continental free trade, being ratified by a lot of countries in Africa, you can expect that there will be a lot of issues. I think it's only Rwanda, if I remember, it's only Rwanda that actually ratified the free movements in persons, So how can Nigeria really stand to benefit? We have a lot of groundwork, things to do. Number one, we need to be proactive in our NIN, identification systems. We need to make it robust. We need to be able to share data with a lot of countries to bring up the trust. Countries don't trust one another in Africa. It's easier for you, Lavi, if you have a British passport or you have an American passport, you can easily fly to the 54 countries in Africa than for we here that we carry African passports. So those are the issues. It's about trust. Most countries, we don't trust ourselves in Africa. So the security issue I think, is a critical one. People don't want, because of FDIs, you allow rogue elements into your border, into your countries. Nobody wants that. So we need to be proactive in security, database systems, this mobile communication. I think we did that, I think 2 years ago or so, where, we're asked to renew our biometrics or the SIM card thing. Those are the kind of database we need to pull, to be able to make sure we benefit from the trade.
All right, very quickly now, what do you think about an African Union passport?
Yeah, I think that was launched around 2016 or so. The African International Community, I think they use it, but a lot of immigration services still don't know what it's all about. You understand?
Okay.
If you turn up with your African passport in some countries, you still will not be allowed in. So there's still issues of streamlining it. And like I said, the key issues, a lot of immigration services, they use this thing as a revenue generating agency. So, they clearly know what needs to be done, but
balancing revenue and all of that. All right. Thank you so much, Nobong Udo, lead partner, E.Udo Consulting. Thanks for coming on the program.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, so after the break, AFEX Commodities Update is next. Do stay with us. This is Business Morning.